oil leak. Come on, let's do it. All right, so your bike is dripping oil and you don't know where to start. I've had that same problem, and so what I did was I went to J&P Cycles and picked up a complete engine gasket set for my motor. And that includes gaskets, felt gaskets, paper gaskets. It includes O-rings, rubber O-rings, and then these oil seals right here. These oil seals are very common to leak because they seal between the engine case and a spinning shaft, say your output shaft for your chain or your gear shift lever. So a complete engine gasket set will allow you to replace anything that's leaking on the bike. A couple of good things to have on hand when you're cleaning your engine. I like to use WD-40. It's a really good cleaner. Not great at lubrication, but really good at cleaning. A stiff bristle brush to break up that grime, some brake cleaner, and any other tools you find help you get this stuff clean. Let's get into it. All right, so we pulled the exhaust, the Kickstarter, and the cover plate for the front sprocket off, and that gives us access and view to two big seals that tend to leak. The first one is behind this chain right here, behind this sprocket. That's your main shaft seal, main output shaft seal, and then right there is your shift shaft seal. Both of these are those rubber seals that I mentioned earlier, and they tend to wear and fail pretty consistently. So it's good to have access to these so we can see them, and we can clean them up, run the bike, and see where they leak from. Let's say you're taking a side cover off to get access to some stuff and you see all these bolts and nuts and screws and you're like, man, how am I going to keep track of them? Well, here's a simple way to do it. My favorite way is you start at the center top screw, and as you pull them out, you leave them in order as you unscrew in clockwise formation. And so that way you know, starting from the leftmost bolt goes in the top center, and as you go, you just go clockwise putting them back in. Hopefully that makes sense to some level, to some people on some level. Yeah. This bike is a little bit more undressed than maybe any of us were ready for, but sometimes when you're working on a bike, a big old wrench can get thrown into the mix. So we're just going to tackle this head on. I'm not going to talk too much about what's going on here or what these gears mean or what they do. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to show you how to replace what is a leaking gasket. As I was cleaning, I could see that the leak was coming right out of here, so I figured why not show what I can. Let's get into it. To prep the gasket surface and get your new gasket ready, first thing you're going to want to do is just make sure you've got the right gasket from the set. I went and rustled around in my complete engine gasket set. Boom, found the right new gasket. I'm going to put that up here where it'll be safe, clean, and dry while I clean up and prep this surface. Some good tools to have for tough, stuck gasket is a little bit of Scotch-Brite. That'll help you get that right clean. As well, just some shop rags and brake cleaner to make sure that you get all of the gasket surface totally fresh and clean, ready for that gasket. All I'm doing right now is taking a little bit of our brake parts cleaner or any solvent cleaner, taking a rag, spraying a little bit on there, and using that to wipe off all the oil and grease that's gotten stuck on our gasket surface. So all I'm going to do is go around, make sure this whole surface is nice and clean. I got bright, shiny, bare metal that I'm looking at on all edges and all surfaces, and then I'll do the same for the cover side. And then we'll meet back, put it back on. Alrighty, that's looking pretty good to me. We got bright, shiny metal all the way around. We cleaned it up. There's no oil or grease or dust left on there. We're ready to throw our new gasket on there and then put the case back on. I'm not going to let you watch me suffer and swear my way to getting this thing back on. If you have to pull a side cover off, in your manual, there will be steps and directions on how to do that and make sure you don't lose anything and make sure everything gets put back in place correctly. I'm going to say this over and over again. That manual you'll buy will be the best $20 you ever spend in your life. So follow the manual, make sure everything's nice and clean and shiny, nice, bright, shiny, clean metal on both surfaces, the case and the engine. Slap it all together. All right, we got the other side of the engine buttoned up, leak-free. We moved back to the other side. Before we did that, we made this engine really clean. We wiped it down, got it nice and pretty, and came back after we finished the other side, Look at that, we found ourselves a little oil drip. Now, we have used that oil drip, we found right where the engine is leaking, so now we can do the easy part, which is just replace the gasket, which I showed you on the other side. This is not gonna be a how-to fix every oil leak on your bike video. This is just showing you how to find where the oil leak is. And in all reality, that's the hardest part. So now, easy part is just replace that gasket, hit the road. Man, wasn't that awesome? Didn't we learn so much? Didn't we fix so many motorcycles? If you want to see more videos like this, if you want to see me fixing more stuff, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, follow along. If there's a video you want to see, if there's a question you want to ask, leave it down in the comments. I'll be happy to answer anything you got. We do these videos for you guys. Any feedback you can give us only helps us make better videos for you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.